everybody. It's Allie, and welcome to our Y&R Chat for Sunday, April 26th, 2026. Look at us getting our kicks down Route 66 this week. Wow! Sharon and Noah driving down the old abandoned highway to the abandoned gas station, only to have Matt Clark slide into the back seat and declare, "Welcome to hell." Whoa. That was so good. He points a gun at them, forces them to go inside the creepy gas station, which apparently also doubles as his drug business office, complete with high-speed internet, so that he can watch them on video next week from the parking lot as Adam and Nick are riding into the rescue. Except Nick is the one who will need to be rescued because Matt put a bad batch in with all those drugs. Is that maniacal or what? He left Nick like 20 bags of drugs, and one of them was poison. Well, I guess it's all technically poison. But I'm glad that Adam is in on it. He's onto it. He's openly discussing it with Nick. But why? Why, oh why would he let Nick behind the wheel, knowing what he knows? He knows his brother's on drugs. He was knocking at the bathroom door while Nick was in there snorting it. And then he's like, "Here's the keys." Meanwhile, back in Vegas, Chelsea and Riza are bonding. Swapping stories. I loved Chelsea's story about her very first con, fleecing people with Girl Scout cookies. Man, at just 8 years old, she was able to make $300 on that con. She probably bought her very own Nintendo Entertainment System with that extra cash back in the 80s. Fun. And in exchange for that little story, Riza agreed to tell Chelsea about how she met Spider, which she did make sure to go into really great detail about how good the chemistry was between them right away. Okay, this is definitely going to become a love triangle to watch. Just like Sienna got tired of LA, Riza is getting tired of Las Vegas, and she's probably going to want to relocate to Genoa City. And now she's got the money to do it. She agreed to help the guys find Matt, trap Matt, in exchange for $500,000. I love how the Newmans are supposed to be broke, yet Nick is liquid enough to like PayPal $500,000 to Riza on the spot. But speaking of Sienna, she still has yet to show up to the party. And here's the other thing. Before Adam left to go to the gas station, Riza gave him a gun. Sienna's missing, Adam has a gun, and I can't help but wonder if that gun will end up being the gun that ends Sienna's life. Like right there in front of Noah. After after he apologized to Matt for the whole cheating thing. I mean, I don't know. Sienna could either die or she could save the day, but she is definitely the wild card in all of this. And I have to say, I really loved the scene where Noah was trying to explain the affair and apologizing to Matt. I mean, Matt has got to be the most neurotic villain that we have ever had on the show. He told Noah, yeah, you cheated with my wife, and not even for a cool reason, like revenge. He could really benefit from some therapy, you know, with all of the thoughts that are constantly going on in his head and the way he has to say them all as they're coming, as if it's like a stream of consciousness. He could really use some therapy. But that really got me thinking, was finding out that his wife cheated on him with a Newman the thing that set all of this into motion? I still don't feel clear about all of that. Or did Matt engineer all of this from the beginning? Did he find Nick and Sharon's son and then kind of bring him in, have Sienna get close to him, and set the whole thing up from the start? Hello, is this Christine Romalotti? Yeah, I know that you're living this fabulous rock star wife life, but would you be interested in becoming the district attorney again? I mean, late nights, early mornings, dealing with skeevy criminals. Oh, you would? Good. Well, guess what? Your first case is going to be to prosecute Phyllis, like you've been dreaming of for years. Even though you did technically prosecute her once for trying to run you over with her car, but she still got off, and you never completed your cycle of revenge. So here's your chance. Welcome back. Things do have a way of working out, don't they? Look out, world. Victor has new AI. Forget the old AI. Victor's got new AI. And this AI can generate emails. Emails that look so real and that link everything back to Phyllis. What a great time we are living in. AI is actually such a brilliant soap plot tool trick. There is nothing you can't do with it. It can do anything. It can explain anything. AI is a great modern villain, the best one that a soap opera could really ask for. And this week, Victor has brought it. He has decided to fight fire with fire, fight AI with AI, and that is how it's done. Or just hire Patty. Wait. Which one is the bigger, badder weapon? AI or Patty Williams? I don't know. But we got confirmation this week that Victor was behind the yacht kidnapping. Like 100%. Everything that happened was on Victor's dime and at his direction. I am so glad to finally have that confirmation so that I can fully let sink in that he is to blame. And I was also really happy to see Patty again. I'm very interested to know what Patty's next move is going to be and if it will have anything to do with Phyllis, since they had a run-in this week. Phyllis is screwed. Or so it seems. she's got Victor coming after her. She's got Victoria coming after her. She's got a whole office of extras coming after her. I have to say, all of those employees marching in solidarity with their founder, that was so dramatic. Victor's got an army. And what does Phyllis have? Well, she has Lauren and Michael on her side, but that's it. I have to applaud how loyal Lauren is to Phyllis, but I also am afraid for Michael right now. I would not want to be Michael right now. He is stuck right in the middle of his friendship with Phyllis and his marriage to Lauren and his daddy issues with Victor. And somehow he has got to manage all three of these things. He's advising Phyllis to give in to Victor's demands, to just sign Newman Enterprises back to Victor, or all of this fake evidence will go straight to the DA, which just so happens to be Phyllis's worst enemy. And Phyllis, being Phyllis, is like, bring it on. Is there any way that Jack could somehow use AI to get Diane back? Just wondering. I don't know. That might be where the technology falls short. But Jack did have a backup plan this week. Instead of flowers, he decided to send Diane a piece of antique jewelry. A ring, I believe, that was owned by Josephine Baker. That's cool. I mean, that kind of seems like something that Diane would have really appreciated. But it wasn't just the ring he sent either. He also wrote her this lovely split screen letter where he was pouring his heart out to her. You know, and the problem is just not changing the facts. Diane decided to return the gift to him. She doesn't want it. And on her way to the mansion, she not only runs into Patty Williams in the foyer of the athletic club, but she also runs into Nikki at the mansion when she gets there. It was like a double whammy of reminders of why she left him in the first place. And if there is nothing that Jack can do, if there's nothing that Jack can say to convince her to come back to him, then yeah, I guess go ahead and choose the nuclear option. Why not stage it to make it look like he and Nikki are now in a relationship together? How could that go wrong? Because there's nothing like realizing you can't have someone to make you realize that you do want them, right? Okay, this is a teeny tiny little thing. And it happened once and I didn't mention it, but when something happens twice or even 3 times, it becomes worth commenting on. What's going on between Kyle and Victoria? They've always kind of had this nice little relationship, especially when Kyle was dating Claire. He seemed to feel really comfortable talking to Victoria about what was going on between him and Claire, and I kind of liked their rapport. But now they're on opposite sides of the current battle, and they're arguing at every little chance. Now, I don't know if that's just, you know, both of them not really having any other story, and so it makes sense to just throw them in a scene together, or if there's something trying to be built up here. I don't know. I know Victoria's in a relationship with Nate, and I know that Kyle is probably still waiting around, twiddling his thumbs for Claire to come back. But the soap fan in me says, well, wait just a minute. Is there any chance a little something could end up going on between Victoria and Kyle? I know, it would be a weird, wild twist, but this is Y&R, and weirder and wilder things have happened. I am still Ellen my AO that Holden finds out Malcolm is his father, is dying, and Holden's response is to go out and buy a set of baseball gloves so that he can go out and live through this, playing catch in the park with dad childhood dream scenario. That is crazy. Oh my goodness, the idea of Malcolm and Holden at Chancellor Park, just beside the duck pond, throwing a baseball back and forth. That idea is absolutely hilarious to me, and I wish I could see it. Wow. Wow. Holden is going through his whole process of realizing that now he has a dad. But I mean, really, he is not seeing any more of Malcolm now than he did in the past, or that he ever will in the future. I'm sorry to break it to you, Holden, but you better get used to the idea of Malcolm not being around. Malcolm never stays around. I have no doubt that he will recover from his disease after Kane provides him with the bone marrow transplant. But then he's gonna split. Malcolm is gonna be on the next of his 9 lives, and you are never going to see him again for years. I love that Kane is so totally gonna turn out to be the donor that saves Malcolm's life. Ugh. And I love it completely because what is really going on here is that he is the donor that is going to save Lily's father's life. He's going to save Lily's other dad while Lily is grieving the fact that she couldn't save her other dad's life. I mean, it's the perfect recipe for reunion. Lily and Kane are so hot, then so cold, then hot again. She is sitting there crying over all of this, and he just comes up to her table with his big blue eyes. And he says, I will be a bone marrow donor for your dad. Yeah, I know it requires surgery. I don't mind. I would do anything for you. That is romance. That is soap opera romance anyway. She's going to be so indebted to him. He's going to insist that she is not indebted, but she is going to be. She's going to feel like she is. She is absolutely going to change the way she treats him. The way they interact is going to change. This is their path to reunion. It is as clear as the tears in her eyes. Does anybody else feel like Stephanie is low-key checking out all the guys in the town? She was like, oh, Nate, your mother didn't tell me you were so hot. I remember when you were this tall, and now you're this hot. Why would she? Can you imagine Olivia saying, oh, well, if you're in Genoa City, you should try to contact my son. He's super hot. And I also couldn't help but feel like Stephanie was also kind of checking out Kane. She was definitely nudging Lily like, ooh, girl, he wants you. But if that don't work out, why don't you send him my way? I love Stephanie. Officially. I love her. I could get used to seeing her every day in her suit. Did you see the stained glass suit she was wearing this week? Dang, if I walked into a room wearing that suit, I would be laughed right out of the place. No doubt about it. And yet somehow she just pulled it off. She's got great style, great deliveries. I love how she, for some reason, was unable to get Audra's name right in 3 different scenes, but she had no problem remembering Claire's name. No problem nudging Claire and Holden together. You know, she wants her son to get involved in a relationship with a nice girl like Claire. Oh, Stephanie. What you don't know about Claire could fill a room. Nate and Devon found out this week that Holden is family. Maybe they could play baseball with him. Imagine that. A 3-way game of catch in Chancellor Park. Holden throws it to Nate. Nate throws it to Devon. Devon throws it to Holden. Oh. Maybe we could find a couple more of Malcolm's kids and start a baseball team. I'm all for that. I'm also all for Daniel helping Abby pick up the pieces of her relationship that is clearly crumbling. I know it's wrong, but I'm a soap opera fan. I can't help myself. I'm always looking for the cracks. And hey, if something happens once, let it go. If it happens twice, it's a pattern and I must notice it. Daniel seems always to be right there after Abby and Devon have a fight over Mariah's situation. I mean, Daniel is definitely doing his best to move on from Tessa. It seems like that chapter is closed for now, at least, unless Tessa turns up pregnant. And Daniel and Abby have been together before, so it's not really all that wild. I can't help but wonder if that's where we're headed. I have to make that the poll question for the week. I have to. Are Abby and Devon headed for a divorce? Is that where this is going? And is Daniel going to pick up those pieces? Ooh, yrchat.com. That's our poll question for the week. I can't wait to see what you guys think about this little breakup / new pairing idea. Sally Spectra is pregnant. She's really, really pregnant. She took 2 home pregnancy tests to confirm it. So it's not a false positive. It is not a dream sequence. This is really happening. And I did a poll question last week where I asked you guys if you're happy about Sally's pregnancy. The majority of people are for it, 52%, which is surprising to me because it feels like the majority of comments that I read are people feeling lukewarm about Billy and Sally as a couple, and that's how I feel too. But I will say the fact that the majority of Y&R chatters are for it tells me that I just better get on board. There is no going back. She is not going to miscarry. Y&R will not do that to her character twice. It's just too much torture. It won't happen. And I don't even want to put the possibility of a miscarriage out into the universe because I don't think I can live with it. I think what I have to do is just accept this reality. Billy and Sally are having this baby. They are taking the responsibility seriously, and they are moving forward as partners, as they should. And I hope this leads to some joy for them, because it feels like Billy and Sally are a couple who are always drenched in sorrow. I hate to say it, but it's true. Like, they have had so few moments of giddiness, of romance, of just enjoying being, new, happy. And this week we were reminded that they've both experienced the sorrow of losing a child. I did a retro recap a couple of weeks ago about the death of Delia Abbott, if you want to find that on YouTube. So, I mean, it's very significant to both of them that they're having another child. I mean, Delia was Billy's youngest, and Sally's last pregnancy was a miscarriage. So this is very significant to the both of them. And I hope that maybe having a baby is something that they can both begin to share some joy in. As a sign of my acceptance of Billy and Sally, as a goodwill gesture, I have put together our next Y&R Chat retro recap on the topic of Sally's spectra. So I was watching The Bold and the Beautiful when her character premiered, and I connected with her instantly. I think she's a great character. She has a great legacy. And I think The Bold and the Beautiful did a really good job of establishing her, and then Y&R did a really good job of developing her character further. She's had a very interesting journey that started with her trying to carry on the legacy of the original Sally Spectra, played by the great Darlene Connolly. And that was a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure to put on one character. But I really feel like Courtney Hope's version has nailed it. I feel like she has earned the name. She has her own flavor. A lot of that, though, I think appeared more on The Bold and the Beautiful than it did on Y&R. And believe it or not, it's been 10 years almost since that character premiered. So I thought, you know what? I love Sally. I think she's great. I think it would be a good time now to take a look back at her journey, think about how the character evolved, how she's changed since she debuted. So if you're interested, you can check that out at yrchat.com this week. Get a taste of that carny flavor. The caramel flavored character of Miss Sally Spectra. Oh, uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. A little bit of Shakespeare for our Who Said It quote this week. Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. How very literary. How very theatrical. Who said that line? If you want to know, you should go to yrchat.com. While you're there, say a happy birthday to Kathy Robinson. Kathy, happy birthday. All the way up in Canada. Hopefully that spring air is starting to hit you soon, and you have a beautiful, happy spring birthday, Kathy. Hey, I love this from Gary. Gary says, Billy and Sally are the deepest people I've ever met. Gary, that made me laugh because it's a nice way of putting it. It's almost like a different way of putting what I was saying, which is just like, they're always so sorrowful. You're maybe using the word deep and I'm using the word sorrowful, but it is true. It's like everything about Billy and Sally is so way down. It's so deep down. It's just no fun. And it ain't getting any funner with a baby in the mix. Naomi says, here we go. More endless serious talks with Sally bugging Billy to please not let her down. Sally, all breathless and weepy, has become tiresome. I understand the loss of Ava, fear of losing another baby, fear of Billy failing her. But please, Sally, just toughen up and get excited for this pregnancy and this new future unfolding before you. If Billy is a burden, cut him loose and move forward with the excitement this new baby deserves. Yes, Naomi, that's what I'm hoping too, because really digging into Sally's character this week in that retro recap, I just remembered how fun she used to be. What a little firecracker she used to be. And if you watch that retro recap at yrchat.com, I really go into the way The Bold and the Beautiful introduced her, the way they made her different, the way they structured her story as an underdog scenario where she continued to fight and fight and fight, and it just made me root for her. And then I also talk about how, you know, she transitioned from The Bold and the Beautiful onto Y&R, and her story really became much more romantic. It was much more about the guys that she was with, and I think that did take a little something away from that firecracker energy. Sue W says, Sally has no vitality, perfectly describes how I unfortunately viewed her for way too long now. The character's thirst for success, along with her personal style choices, give off confident go-getter who doesn't want to fade into the background. Yet fade is how she presents. Sally is steadfastly supportive, industrious, and resignedly dealing with her days. Even her happy or excited times are tempered with dullness. I want spectratacular from Sally's Spectra. Spectratacular. Yeah, I mean, like, again, back in the early days, Sally very much earned that Sally Spectra OG bold persona. She earned the name really well, and she has absolutely become tempered on Y&R. I think that's an interesting point, Sue W, that like visually she reads as fire, but plot-wise, her story is definitely more of a slow burn. And I like Sally a lot. There's a million things I like about Sally. I just, you know, I feel kind of disappointed about the baby twist because I don't know that Y&R is going to take it in a joyful direction. It's especially just even based on what we've seen so far. It's tears, tears, tears. You know, it's slow holding each other moments, you know, which is just, I think Y&R trying to make us connect with Billy and Sally. I think Y&R has made the decision that Billy and Sally belong together, that they are as strong of a couple as Adam, as she had with Adam. I think that Y&R wants us to buy that. They want us to believe that. They want us to feel that bond. But I kind of feel like we just skipped over all of the fun part. So hopefully we will get lucky and we'll start to see some joy and some vitality back in Miss Sally Spectratacular throughout this pregnancy. Connie says, soap news. Connor Floyd had his debut on Days of Our Lives this week. He has a full beard and looks so handsome. I gotta look that up. Connor Floyd used to play Chance. Y&R just killed him. And I guess now he's appearing on Days. Daisy says, for some reason, I thought Billy Flynn was leaving Y&R and going back to Days as Chad DeMira. But now that Connor Floyd was cast as Chad, I wonder if Billy Flynn will continue on Y&R and Kane Ashby will be staying in town. Are you kidding me? So Connor Floyd is playing the role that Billy Flynn used to play. Connor Floyd is the new Chad DiMera. Ooh, it's kind of perfect, actually. I can see it. I can see it very much. Ooh, man, why am I not watching Days? Juicy. Well, Sharon W. says, I am loving Kane's benevolent nature showing through when he offered to help Lily's dad. Even after many times Lily has shown no forgiveness to Kane, he told her he doesn't care about the past. I'm enjoying this softer side of him and hoping it lasts a while. Me too, Sharon W. There's a part of me that thinks, ugh, this donor thing is so dumb. Of course it would end up being Kane. This is all just a plot tool to reunite Lily and Kane. And then the other part of me is like, yes, this is a plot tool. Yes, this is a really dumb plot tool to reunite Lily and Kane. I am telling you, I am imagining him like in a hospital bed with his, maybe one of those hair nets on, and the hospital robe, and getting wheeled into surgery, and Lily in tears, and him just being all strong, and me falling for it. I feel like this could make me fall in love with Billy Flynn's version of Kane, because I still look at him and see Chad DiMera, even though I haven't watched Days in years. I still look at him and that's who I see. I don't see Kane. He doesn't feel like Kane to me, but I feel, and so there's kind of almost been that block there. And also, Crystal Khalil got pregnant, and so there was that bit of a roadblock to getting where I think Y&R was always planning to go with him. But this whole donation thing, I think, is going to just skip right over that gap for me and put me firmly back in Lily and Kane camp. Put me firmly plant my flag into Billy Flynn. Oh. Russell says, I know we can't keep Malcolm on the show, but can we please keep Stephanie? I feel like there is so much she could do. Yeah, and Sharon W. says Stephanie looked exceptionally beautiful on Thursday's show with her hair, jewelry, and her blue and green multicolored pantsuit. And wardrobe brought Sharon back to her soft, feminine look with a beautiful pink top. Thank you. Yes, Stephanie is a 100% thumbs up for me. I love her. I want to see her on the show permanently. I love her deliveries. She seems so very real to me. Like, there's just something about her that feels accessible and fun and catty. Like, she has a really good mix of groundedness, and that yet she can flip and become catty at any moment, and I enjoy that too. I love the way she's being styled. I really like the dynamic between she and Holden. I like the way she is taking responsibility for the lie that she told. I mean, even as she was standing there with Claire, she was like, no, don't let me off the hook. I know what I did. How did you feel about that when that happened to you? I think that Y&R is using her wisely, and it is making me want more. Who could we pair her with? Okay, that's the next question. Let's get a group brainstorm session going. If we get to keep Stephanie, who do we pair her with? That's the question. Robin says, Holden is so sweet buying baseball gloves. I hope we get to see them playing catch. Oh, Robin, you bought it hook, line, and sinker. You said you must have Holden. You must love Holden is what it is, because that was some sappy, cheesy stuff, and you just want to see it happening. You want to see his big, strong arms throwing a baseball back and forth with Malcolm. Look, I'm not saying I wouldn't like to see a shirtless back and forth catch playing sesh. It's just that it was hilariously syrupy. Do I want to see it? Actually, yeah. Now that I have allowed it to become shirtless in my mind, actually, yeah. Robin also says the whole Abby Devon spat is an excuse to break them up. Is Melissa leaving the show? Robin, I have not heard anything about Abby or Melissa leaving the show. I kind of see it as a way of finally bringing them back into the fold. Devon and Abby have been missing for so long. You're 100% right that this spat is an excuse to, break them up or just bring them on screen. If Abby is indeed going to end up hooking up with Daniel, who will Devon hook up with? No, he's not. Is he related to Stephanie? I don't know. Just trying to think of who could be single at the same time to hook up. Oh, yeah, but I'm enjoying still seeing them on the screen. Diana, though, says it has become obvious why Abby has done a complete 180 in her opinion on Mariah not serving time in prison. It's a plot device to cause turmoil between Devon and Abby. I have to say, I'm not enjoying this storyline. I enjoyed it more when Abby and Devon were on the same team, in both of them wanting to see Mariah in prison, not in a mental health facility. Yeah, I agree with you fundamentally. It's strange that they're having this disagreement. It's strange that they've completely swapped sides, because Abby was the one who was angry. She really understood that this was a betrayal. She was really, more so than Devon, just agonizing when Dom was missing. And now they've switched. And Devon is the one who is really agonizing over what he perceives as being an unfair ruling, and Abby's suddenly soft. Like the threat has been removed for the most part, and now Devon is having this extreme reaction, and Abby's just swung in the other direction. And as both Robin and Diana are noting, it's clearly a plot device, no doubt. I don't want to see too much more of this. will say we've had a lot of scenes of them arguing. We get both sides. It's not going to be entertaining to just have it repeated every week. I mean, the argument's clear. Devon's got his side. Abby's got his side. I don't need to have it being reiterated once a week. We will have to evolve this eventually. When is Mariah going to pop back up? That's the question. And like I said last week, what kind of sentence is she looking at here? Is this like a 30-day in and out of the psychiatric facility type situation? Or is she doing years? I don't have those answers yet. And if Christine is the DA, is she just going to reinforce her, opinion that Mariah deserves a more lenient sentence? That putting Christine in the DA opinion, in the DA position is really interesting, because we do have both of those. We have a couple of legal issues on the table right now that she could be in a position to influence. Russell says, well, she's finally gone round the bend. Phyllis is so alone that she is arguing with her portrait. And got caught doing it, no less. Humiliating. Yeah, I can't help but think that portrait is not going to be on the wall for too much longer. I feel like the walls are closing in on her. Connie says, what a great line. Yes, I am aware the Newmans have a strong commitment to justice, especially when it serves them. I hope Christine remembers this when it comes to Phyllis. Isn't it ironic that they would think that the Newmans would think that Christine would automatically be on their side? She has gone up against the Newmans as much as she has been on their side. So I don't think it's some slam dunk that Christine would choose the Newman side over Phyllis's. In fact, I think it would make a much more interesting story if we all expect Christine to throw the book at Phyllis, and what she actually uncovers is the fact that Victor was, she actually ends up uncovering that Victor was behind Jack's kidnapping. That would be a good twist. Either way, I'm happy to have her on screen a little more often. Russell says, I'm not sure why Victor needs an AI program to create fabricated evidence that Newman was stolen when it was actually stolen. Why not present the real evidence? It looks like whatever evidence is presented, it'll be to Christine, which is a fun little battle between the Bug and Red. Yeah, this is another one of those obvious plots. I mean, yeah, Victor would be able to go to the police at any point along the way and say, I didn't sell my company. I didn't make these transactions. Could you look into this? But that's not what he wants, I guess, because his hands are dirty too. I don't know why he needs AI just to come up with some fake emails. I mean, how hard could that be? I could do that for you in 10 minutes. Daisy says, I don't know why Phyllis thought Victor would be satisfied with Chancellor. She stole his company. I'm happy there's some movement in righting her wrongs, though. I loved the look in Victoria's eyes as she told Phyllis what's what, knowing that she had Phyllis over a barrel. They sure think they do, don't they? They sure think they do. Dolores says, I'm rooting for Phyllis to show how big her fight is and outdo Victor and Victoria. I don't think Victoria may have set Christine to topple or prosecute Phyllis as they had planned. She may investigate the facts more carefully and Newman could be the losers or equally illegally in jeopardy. I love it when Phyllis lets them know to bring it on. Yeah, I'm really hoping that this keeps going. I don't want Phyllis to cave in to Victor's demands. I want her to go toe-to-toe with Christine, and I want Christine to maybe end up siding with Phyllis. I think that could be a fun twist. Eric says, I think when Victor gets his baby, Newman Enterprises, back, he should surprise Phyllis with a job. It would be funny if Victor appreciates her nerve and the fact that she tried to get away with the takeover. It's better to keep enemies close. He should hire her. She could be an asset to Victor. Oh, yeah, I like that too. I mean, keep dreaming for sure. I don't think he's going to do it, but I love the idea because they're both so strong. They're both so powerful. They're kind of both, I mean, like, would you say Phyllis is maybe the most powerful woman on the show? Maybe? And Victor's kind of the most powerful man? So, I mean, they both are titans in their own right. So it would be kind of interesting to see them working together. I cannot see him hiring her, though. It would be fun idea. Oh, Robin says, about Diane. I think Diane's anger is justified, at least for a while. The visual of Jack in the sack with the wannabe cougar sex pot Patty would not easily dissipate. Jack and Nikki will be a-holes if they do the jealousy thing with each other. That would tell Diane that Jack is not to be trusted, plus it would be gross. If they do it, I bet Diane and Victor will do the same thing, and that would be checkmate. OMG, Robin, that would be so, if you're right. First of all, if they do that, it's a not nice move. But then they would totally have it coming if Victor and Diane do the same. Russell says, Patty is so horribly wonderful. She really has those loose morals, clever, backstabbing, skanky, slag, act down pat. I'm looking forward to more tasty scenes with her and Diane going at each other. The history reminder was helpful too. I did do a retro recap like more than a month ago, I think, on Patty. If you guys want to find that on YouTube or at yrchat.com in the flashback section. Yeah, she is really, I did not remember the miscarriage exactly, and I don't think I mentioned that in the recap. There was so much to cover. But I did mention Phyllis and Summer and the peanut allergy, if anybody wants to go find that video. Patty's just fun. She's just chaos. There's just so many little crazy things that she's done that it's just so interesting. She's just that wild card type character that as soon as she comes on screen, my eyeballs are on her. Even if she's just insisting that everything's changed and she's not that person anymore, my eyes still go straight to her. Tavi says the show should really consider keeping Riza around. I like her and Chelsea going at it. And Connie says, I don't trust Riza at all, but I didn't like Adam manhandling her into submission. It ticked me off and ruined the scene for me. Whoever directed that scene needs to know that they crossed a line. And Naomi says, that bothered me too, but it also struck me as realistic. Adam is not a man to cross. Victor would have done the same thing. Yeah, I did notice that. I like Riza. I mean, I don't like her so much that I want to keep her, but the scene where Adam grabbed her arm was definitely very like, whoa. It's kind of like Riza seems like she was really strong and really together and really knew who she was. And then as this Matt Clark thing has progressed, she has definitely seemed more afraid of him, definitely not wanting to take as many risks. And I think that maybe makes her a little less exciting. I think we're going to get the triangle no matter what. If she says she's tired of Vegas, that means she's moving to Genoa City, period. And I'm sure I can get used to it. I just think, honestly, I think she's got Sienna's job. I think Sienna's going to die, and we're going to get Riza instead. That's my prediction. Gary says, I like the right green screen as Sharon and Noah motor to Vegas through the California desert. You can almost see a cactus whizzing by. Yeah, it is fun. It's a fun little green. The car scenes are a nice change of pace. Tommy says the gas station set really did look wonderful. Yeah, at first I looked at it and I was like, is that fake? And then I'm like, no, that's real. Russell says, I love the deserted gas station set. Yesterday, after the green screen traveling, they were parked outside the station, and I thought that was green screen too, but it's real. And the outside wide shot with the bird flying by blew me away. Fast clapping and squealing. Yeah, and it's clear that Y&R was really proud of that shot too, because I think they ended Friday's show on it. I got a screen cap of it at yrchat.com if you want to see it. But they ended the show just showing us that wide frame of the deserted gas station, which is very creepy. You know, there's something about that feels very ghost town, very realistic, and I liked it. I thought it was a beautiful set. I mean, I guess that's on a sound stage, right? They just built that. They wouldn't have gone on well, I guess if there was a bird in it, then maybe they did. Would have to be outside, or maybe it was a real location. I'm not sure. Was it real, or was it a sound stage? I mean, a bird could have been digital, but I don't know. It looked soundstagey to me. Everything was very bright. Then again, that could be film. Who knows? The magic of the screen. And here, that's a good note to end on, because Diana says, a question I've been meaning to ask for a long time now about extras. When they're talking in the background, are they actually given lines to mouth quietly to make their conversation look as realistic as possible? Or are they told to move their mouths and make hand gestures to appear as if they're having a conversation? Diana, this is like, I love you, because this is one of those questions that I bet you everyone has asked themselves. But you've taken the time to write it out, and I appreciate that so much, because I have thought that. I mean, you can't help yourself. You're watching the scene, and then your eye drifts, and you notice the extras, and they're having this conversation, and you can't help but wonder, like, what's that like? Well, I looked it up, and Google says that extras are generally instructed to mime conversations, which involves mouthing words silently while acting out a scenario, such as telling an exciting story or having a serious argument. To make the lip movements look realistic, extras often repeat words like watermelon, rhubarb, or peas and carrots over and over. This is often referred to as a Walla Walla scene, named after the faint chatter noise produced. That is hilarious. We're never going to be able to unsee it. Now every time we watch extras in the background having conversations, all we're going to think is watermelon, rhubarb, peas and carrots, Walla Walla. Okay, everybody. Oh, that is another exciting Y&R chat. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you go to yrchat.com to check out all the extras and chat with us throughout the week. Next week is going to be exciting because they've clipped the cliffhanger to make it look like Nick is dead. But I think we all know he's not dead. But if on the off chance he is dead, you can go to yrchat.com to chat about it throughout the week. There's so much there. Photos, the extra videos, the quote, the poll, but the conversation is the very best thing. So I look forward to seeing you guys there, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. I love ya. Bye.